So apparently this is what the average house in Alabama looks like. So we're going to go ahead and try to build it in The Sims 4. So to go ahead and get started, let's go ahead and do, I guess, the basic like building. I will say that for this house itself, it is a pretty easy construction if you ask me. So we're just going to go ahead and kind of just make like a boxy build. Now, I don't necessarily think that the surrounding world is necessarily giving, I guess, Alabama. I've only been driving through for the most part, so I really don't know the full entire vibe. I guess that's for the top part. But I will say that in my understanding, it's supposed to be a little bit more on like the yeehaw side. So let's just go ahead and start off with like a nice and simple box. I feel like that's kind of like an okay size for it. And then I like to build my houses in the medium wall height, and we'll just go ahead and raise you up a bit so that way you can have a nice porch situation. Let's go ahead and add one of those, make it a little bit skinnier, and then go all the way down with our little Ozempic skinny queen. And then this house itself does have what looks like a covered porch. So we're just gonna go ahead and click on this little yellow thing right here, build that up, and then I am just gonna go ahead and grab this entire structure right here and copy it onto the second floor. Now, that being said, I think that we should actually make our porch a little bit larger due to the fact that in the center of this, it has like this weird tower situation. So I am going to just make this right about here. And then that does have 5 on each side. So perfect, perfect, perfect. Delete, delete, delete. And then for this house, it looks like it has a pretty simple design for the roof. It does have like what looks to be like a side bump out. So I guess I can go ahead and just do that really quickly just to give it a little bit more depth to this house. It may not end up being like identical, but it'll be close enough. So go ahead and do that like so. Do the same exact thing on the top floor. And then we will just go ahead and start the roof now. Get a simple gabled and then grab you right here, drag you forward, and then let's just move this down the entire front of the house. It does look to be a little bit tall for my liking, so we'll raise it down. And just for the sake of this house, I am gonna also bring in the eaves just because I feel like this area is going to be a little bit hidden if I have them all the way extended. Now for this roof right here, we're just going to pop in one of those. I will push this area out a bit just so that way we have a little bit of dimension on that part of the roof. And then it's not supposed to be towered out this way, and it's because we have another roof kind of in the center right here. Now I imagine this would more or less be like an attic space, so I am going to include it, but obviously it wouldn't be like functional or whatever it may be in this house unless you were to rig the stairs in a way where it could be done. But I feel like that looks probably a little bit better like this. And I'm gonna scoot that in, I think, and pull you forward just a bit. Honestly, it doesn't look like that. It looks like it should be back. And I guess this part is pulled forward. And then I think what I might do is actually lower this down a bit. And then just so that way it can kind of look like it connects to the roof a little bit more, we will go ahead and add another one of these. We're going to suck that in. We're going to bring that down. And then if you hold the Alt button, or if you're on a Mac like me, the Option button, you're able to like perfectly adjust the height of this. And then bring you back just a bit. Oh, I think I went too far with it. We need to bring you back. Raise you a wee. I'm just trying to make this so that way it can be extend you out, move you out. There we go. You see how it just like makes that like ever so tiny little bit of piece to make it look like it's not just like a random like octagon sitting there. So I feel like that looks pretty good. It's not the exact same, but hey, it is The Sims, so it can't always be perfect, perfect, perfect. And then I don't necessarily love the wraparound. I'm not gonna lie. It's in the picture, but I can't say that I personally think it's the cutest thing ever. But we are gonna go ahead and do that. And then just assuming that the other side is slightly similar, I'm going to just kind of improvise and maybe put something kind of like this on this side of the house, just so that way we can indeed have a semi wraparound situation. Put you right like so, kind of put you right here, just so it can be, like I said, somewhat similar. And then in doing so, I think I might add like a little staircase or something right there. So let's grab another roof piece. And then this right here, we have to grab, I believe we're gonna do you. And then we're gonna go all the way across. We're gonna go ahead and lower her down. And then we are gonna grab you. We're gonna copy you, twist it, put you right here. We're going to click this, and then I'm going to hold down the shift button, move you over to there, click you, and then drag you over to here. And then we are just going to go ahead and copy this over to the other side. So then our roof is more or less done on that side. And then this right here appears to have an eave type of roof again. So we're gonna click you, we're going to shift, click, and I feel like that looks pretty good for the side. Now, this house right here does, of course, have, it looks like it's a little bit too short for my liking on this side. So let's just make that a medium wall height yet again. And then we are going to raise the house up ever so slightly more. Cute, cute, cute. And then we will then grab the brick, which I don't think I have like a necessarily like a good brick stairs. I guess I could use these. It's giving brick. Do I love the fact that they're base game? Absolutely not, since I love CC so much, but I feel like they kind of do work. And then I wonder that since it is base game, there is a matching brick. Let's just go ahead and fucking do it. Why not? We'll go ahead and do it. I think that looks nice. And then just to add a little bit of extra razzle dazzle to this house, let's go ahead and do something in the back. I think I want to do a screened in porch. I feel like for some reason, Alabama just gives vibes like there's like mosquitoes or some shit. So let's just add something like this to the back of the house. We'll click on you, we'll do that. And then I am going to do a situation with the roof where this might look fucking odd, but like I don't care. But I think what I want to do is make a situation for the roof where it's like almost like this is supposed to be like a balcony, but like it's also roofed. So let me cook for a second. Put you like so, click on this, bam, and then bam. And then, should I put like a little half wall in maybe? Just to kind of finish off it to make it look a little bit... Actually, maybe instead of doing that, maybe I can grab these walls and we're just going to box this area off. You'll see what I do in just a second. We're gonna do that. We're gonna add ourselves another one of these type of roofs to the center. Cute. Pull you into there. And then I'm going to grab like the spandrel pieces. And then it looks like it's a pretty simple type of spandrel. So I think we'll just go ahead and go after something kind of similar to this. That's not yeehaw enough for me. Maybe you? No. Maybe you. I don't like that one either. Let's see. It's like a simple white one. Why is this? Let's see. Oh, this one's simple. We'll just do you. We'll put you right here, and right here. And then we might as well put it like all across this bottom area as well. And then we have to pull you out. We have to pull you. Oh, I don't actually want to do that. That will look stupid. We're just going to leave it. It's fine. So we're going to do that. And then my thought process was to just add some columns kind of to the corners of this little top area. So that way it can just be a covered top porch. Let me lower this ever so slightly. I feel like that roof pitch is a wee high for my liking. There we go. And then the ones in the picture are simple. So I wonder if I can just get by with like these. Oh, Control Shift C, bb.new objects, slay. And then, not sure. Oh, I don't hate these. They're pretty simple. We'll do bam, bam, and then bam, and then click on you, copy, and then bam. I still have to finish the roof on this side right here, so don't fret on that. It will be fixed in a second. All right, copy you. You can also hold down Shift to copy this over, so we'll just do that. And then we gotta go ahead and click you, hold down, copy, bam, bam, bam. And then maybe like right, oh, it's only showing like on the sides. So maybe we'll just go ahead and kind of put them right here. And then Austin, why don't you do a little save? And then we have all that. And then let's go ahead and do a simple little white picket fence of some sort to kind of go around the entire thing. We don't need anything too crazy. Again, we're basing this off reference photo. I don't know what actual houses look like. So if this is like not right, don't be mad at me. I don't care. I'm trying my best just to have a fun, quirky, little silly goosey time. Maybe we'll go ahead and do this one because it does. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. Put you right here, put you right there, put you right there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then we don't need anything on that part, but I think since I don't have anything in this back area, I feel like maybe we should add a little back deck of some sort. So let me just click on this. And then we'll just draw a back deck that kind of just does this area right here for us. Yeah. And then copy you. And then I do have to fix this roofing situation. And then this house looks like it's just supposed to be all brick. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do an all brick moment for this house. Also, we're not doing the inside, so no one get upset. I'm just doing the outside. I got a lot of states to potentially do, so we can't do the inside and outsides of everything. Also, it will take me 75 years. So there is that. And then let me go ahead and copy this staircase and put you over on this side just for a moment. And then I feel like we can go ahead and put you right like so, and make this maybe a little bit of a bigger one. I kind of like that. And then what are the odds we have a matching, oh, we do have a matching railing. Put you right there, put you right here. And then this home is all brick, so I might as well see if I can just use a matching brick that comes with the bottom part. If not, it's not the end of the world. I don't even know which one it would come from. This isn't bad. Actually, I'm just gonna use this one. This is giving brick. Brick, brick, brick. Slay, slay. Bam, bam. Oh, I have to turn off the grid. G. Is anything not done? Oh, this top part is siding. Maybe I do add a little bit of siding to this house. Might as well. It's showing, in my opinion, like a little bit more of like a beige-ish color. So maybe we do that, and then maybe just for this back area, we can do this part for like the sunroom or the screened-in porch. If you hold down the Option button or the Alt button, mind you, it lets you do one side of the wall, by the way, so you don't have to do the entire thing. I might do this as well. Yeah, just so that way it's like not all giving brick. And then the roof does look pretty similar in color. It kind of looks a little worn down in this. I'm going to assume maybe it gets really hot in Alabama, so maybe it just kind of wears on the roof a tiny bit. So I think that I will use this color right here just because it's a slightly more aged look to it, which I kind of like. And then we'll go ahead and obviously do some roof trim as well, so that way it kind of ties that all in and looks cohesive. The color of this one's white, so let's just go ahead and also do white for it. Actually, you know what? This one right here might be kind of cute. Yeah, it's like a slightly like woodish white. Let's go ahead and do this one. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, I think I didn't paint this roof right here. Is that painted? I can't tell. It wasn't. Okay, so we have that. Let's do a little quick save. And then we're just going to finish this off by adding like some windows, the doors, and then obviously just some like very, very basic like landscaping to this, just because I don't feel the need to decorate the entire thing. I want to assume that maybe the front porch is something that's a little bit more like homey. So let's try to find maybe like a wood to put up here, just so that way we can kind of have like a nice little kind of like this, like a nice little rustic moment. Yeah, I don't hate that color. We can do that for the front and back porch. And then we gotta go ahead and paint these. And then let's see. I guess up here we can just continue doing that same exact stuff. And then I have a really cute set called the Screened In collection that is from Peacemaker that I can use for the back area. For some reason, Alabama is just in my eyes giving like mosquitoes, it's giving bugs, giving creepy crawly. So I feel like it'd be nice to have a back section where you're able to like be in the elements without having to deal with them, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and do these. And I think I'm kind of into the idea of doing like maybe this medium color, like this medium woodish. Yeah. Let's see how many we can go across with this. We can't go the full entire thing, which I'm kind of fine with because I kind of want to show off the fact that there is the siding. So maybe we'll do something like that. And then hopefully we can do the same exact thing on the other side. I do have a smaller window, so that will actually be perfect. We'll put the smaller one in the center of one side and we'll do a door on the other. So we can grab you. Door. Is this a door? No, this one's the door. We can put the door right here. And then we can go ahead and do this right there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then let's go ahead and just add some semi-standard windows. They aren't looking like anything too crazy. They're kind of just your run-of-the-mill things. So let's go ahead and do those. Maybe I use the Maple and S collection. I feel like that will be pretty good. They are very, very simple, so I think I'll like those. So for the front door, I can't really see the reference photo amazingly, but I want to say this door right here kind of looks like it fits pretty well with the style of this home. I don't actually even hate the wood tone that it comes in. Now, these are in a white shade for the doors and stuff, or the windows, I guess, at least. So I guess I'll kind of change those around. Maybe even change this to a darker tone just to kind of complement the floors a little bit. But I feel like something like these windows are pretty standard, and I feel like these might look really, really nice in the house. So they come in this size right here. Let's go ahead and go down. Those are a little bit too big. I wish it was like a cross between the two of them to be ever so slightly smaller, but also ever so slightly bigger. We'll just use these, it's fine. All right, so grab you, this white shade, and then we'll do a bam, bam, and then we'll do a bam, bam. Perfect, perfect. And then up on the second floor, we're gonna grab the same exact window more or less, but just in this like, oh, this one's opened. Oh, I thought it was the same size. What about you? Will you work? Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and do bam, bam, and then bam, bam. And then the windows that are like in that little circular area, or like I guess the octagonal, whatever the fuck you want to call it, they're a little bit skinnier. So I wonder if I have anything that will accommodate that. I don't think so. Right. I guess I'll just have to use the exact same one. All right, so it's fine. Bam, bam, bam. And then up on the top, I know that these are essentially supposed to be like faux windows. So I'll go ahead and add, instead of those, I think I might do one of those little vent things instead above it, just so that way it kind of looks more finished off. So it can kind of show that it's an attic space, but that being said, it's not a decorated one. So we'll just put you right up there. And then there's also a chimney on the side of this house. I guess I can make one. Why not? We'll just do like a little chimney situation. Pretty easy to do. Just grab you, go up the side of the house, and then do that. Grab ourselves a half wall. And then has to be a little bit of a taller half wall. Put you right, allow, put you right about there. And then we'll just brick this up as well. Cute. We'll change the color of this. And it will also make us not have to add like any foundation to this, or the like windows to the side of the house, which is kind of nice. So we'll grab this, and then I might as well just make it into like a somewhat similar color. I mean, obviously it will never be the exact same, but I feel like this is kind of similar to the color of like the roof trim and stuff. So we have that, and that looks pretty good. And then let's go back and get some more maple and S. Maple and S. Oh, damn. Maple. And, all right, so let's go ahead and for the side of the house, honestly don't hate this big window right here. This is kind of nice. Put you right here. And then since I don't really care what the inside layout looks like, it's really none of my business. We can kind of just do maybe bam, and then bam, right there. And then I feel like that could like potentially be like bathroom or something. Maybe I pull it over just a little bit more. Yeah, put you right like so. And then I feel like I kind of like the idea of putting another door kind of in this area, and then maybe some windows or something over on this side. Just because I imagine that right there looks pretty cute. And then honestly, I don't really hate the size of doing the exact same windows again. And then we'll have to find a sliding glass door. And then I'm just going to, again, do the same exact windows on this side yet again. Cute. And then we'll go ahead and do a sliding door. I would do a French door, to be honest, but I feel like none of them are going to match that well. So I feel like a sliding door will probably be good enough. Are you too big? Unfortunately, it is. What about you? Oh, that works. We'll go ahead and add you right there, and then we'll do another one upstairs. And that's pretty good for like the basic bones of the house. Part of me thinks maybe I should put like a fun little window over here. Why not? We'll do another window that's kind of by the chimney section. I feel like that could look pretty cutesy patootsy. Something small though. Like something giving, maybe even this open one. Yeah, it's ever so slightly smaller than the other ones. At least in my eyes, it looks that way. If it's not, mind your business. So we have all that. And then we will just add some final little landscaping touches just to kind of make it have a little bit of personality. So that way we can be done with our first build. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the potentially first installment of this series. We'll see how it goes. If it turns out being liked, we'll continue doing a bunch of other states. If it's kind of just like an overall flop, then maybe we'll just do a couple more in the future, or maybe you'll never see this again. But I kind of like how this is looking so far. I feel like this is a fun challenge, and shout out to Shy for more or less giving me this idea. It was not an original thought by any means. I feel like there's been probably others who have done things similar to this over the years. So like I'm just here to kind of do my little moment, but I like it so far. It's a fun house, and I'm kind of excited to see what the other houses do look like. I've taken a handful of sneak peeks so I can slightly understand what to slightly expect. But that being said, I really have no idea. I think I want this over on this side instead. Put you maybe like right about here. Cute. And then maybe we kind of line this area on the side of the house with maybe some flowers. I will say landscaping has never been my strong suit, but maybe we can just kind of line this section right here with a handful of flowers. Maybe we can put another type of tree situation over here. Cute. And then I wish we had like a trampoline or something that could be kind of fun. Let's go ahead and just grab this same foundation we have over on this back side. And then I am going to make this into like, I guess like a fenced in area. Maybe we can do something like this. And then we can grab a nice picket fence to kind of go around the line, go around the entire thing. Something that's not too wild, but I feel like a nice fenced in backyard never hurt a soul. Let's see. I want something that's slightly bit taller. Maybe honestly you. This might actually be... Oh yeah, this is pretty good. So I think what we'll do is we'll fence this in. Oh, I went a little too far. There we go. Fence that in. Is there a matching gate to go with this as well? Because that would be lovely. There is. Grab you, grab you. And then we'll kind of just maybe put this. I actually don't hate it like right here, kind of like off to the side. You know what I mean? We'll do that. We'll put maybe another tree inside of the backyard just to have a little something. And then, honestly, I feel like the house is simple, but pretty good. Let's just put a couple of low-lying flowers in so that way it doesn't look like I just threw this together. We can put this over on the corner. We can grab maybe something that's kind of a little bit of something like this to put down kind of the front. Perfect number one. Perfect number two. And then, honestly, maybe since I have that fence, I should just go down this entire side with this. Cute, cute, cute. Maybe we can put some more like kind of flower situations over here so it doesn't look completely bare. And then maybe we can put maybe I'll put some more of these on the sides just over on this end since we don't have anything going on the other side because there is a fireplace. So I feel like something like this is perfect. Slay Slay, slay, slay. And then honestly, I feel like this house is like pretty good. So let me know down below if you live in Alabama and this is kind of giving an Alabama style of house. I feel like it's pretty simple, but I definitely think that it matches reference photo. So this is what, according to Google, it says it's supposed to look like. But I really did enjoy this. If you also did, make sure to hit that follow button, that like button, that subscribe button, all that nonsense. And maybe, just maybe, we'll do another house building all the states in The Sims 4.